This video is made for Hunt Showdown's 4th year anniversary. In this video, we look how Hunt Showdown started, how it's going, and the future of Hunt. I don't wanna make this intro longer. Enjoy the video, Story of Hunt Showdown. In year 2014, HyperX Studio in Austin revealed their new game, Hunt: Horrors of the Gilded Age. The game was cooperative action RPG up to 4 players. Yes, it was similar, Left 4 Dead, but this game was set in 1800s. This game was revealed at E3 in 2014. At this point, the game was 1 year into the development.
Crazy, huh? Hunt. That's what we do.
Unfortunately, later that year, the studio was shut down due to bankruptcy. The game was then moved to the main offices in Germany.
Crytek went through, let's say, difficult time, so we had to restructure the company.
Unfortunately, that meant the closure of the Austin studio, and we moved Hunt then back to Frankfurt, where the main offices are. It took us, I think, 3 to 4 months to look at the game, look at the potential of the game, getting into the designs, getting to the implementation, seeing to what level we could take it. There was a game there. It was just a very different game to what the core competency in Frankfurt has been.
This game was third person. The problem was that developers in Crytek, they were more used to FPS games like Crysis or Far Cry, so they decided to change the project, but keep the same date.
Keep the same name, same sort of setting and era, but the game would essentially be rebooted from the beginning.
That is a hard decision to make, and that was not one we did very lightly. You have to match the project with the team. And if the team brings a certain amount of skill set, but the project requires a different skill set, either you need to now adapt to that, which means you need to hire specialists that fill the gap, or retrain people, or you change the project. And we opted for changing the project.
So from year 2014 to the year 2017, the project got reworked into a game that we all know, Hunt Showdown.
What we wanted to achieve with Hunt in the long term was sustained tension for players so that they are never really sure quite what is going to happen.
You're trying to look for something, you don't know what's around you, and if you step on a twig, you're fucked, man. Something's gonna happen.
So in year 2017, Hunt Showdown got announced again, and it actually won the title, the best game of E3 that year.
Well, how can I play this? I want to play this.
So before closed alpha, there was some dev streams in between showing gameplay of the first versions of the Hunt Showdown. It was kinda funny.
We want to do this right. If both of us die, it's for nothing, like that.
I'm dead again.
Every game you do this. You throw something in and you end up running into it, like this. Like, look at this.
Retarded.
Yeah.
Fucking, can you remove the fucking barbed wire?
Yes. We'll blow it up. Yeah. That's buggy.
Oh my god.
Oh, bad players playing badly. So bad.
So, on the beginning of 2018, Hunt Showdown Closed Alpha was announced. You had to sign up, and if you were lucky, you were invited for the testing.
This is fine.
This is fine.
So, okay, so I'll start fucking going then, right? This game is an early access game and we are in closed alpha. What does it mean? So closed alpha is about gathering a lot of data, right? We need to balance the game. We need to balance everything from everything what you level up to the game, the game tactics themselves, weapons, everything like this one. It's also about testing the our infrastructure, right?
Closed Alpha lasted few weeks. Performance and server issues were daily occurrence, but it helped devs to collect a lot of feedback and data for the game. Closed Alpha closed in 22nd of February 2018, and later that day, the game was released on Steam as early access game for €29.99.
Hello, we are live with a lot of people here. Say hello, everyone. And we closed our closed alpha this morning, but today, right now, we have something special for y'all. We're enjoying some beers and some pizza, and we're gonna go push a certain button. So I hope you guys are ready, because we have this big green button here, and it says "Release as early access." Wait, I got this one.
So, when the game went to early access, 22nd of February, we had one map, Stillwater Bayou, 2 time of day, night and day, 2 bosses, Butcher and Spider, 44 unique characters, 5 AI types, 12 unique weapons and 16 variants, 2 melee weapons, 3 vault items, 7 tools, 9 consumables and 12 traits. We also got introduction to the lore in form of books in the game, where you could learn about the lore, how it started, etc. Hunt had tough early access launch, mostly because of the server quality and a bad performance. Other than that, people seem to enjoy the gunplay and the uniqueness of one Showdown world.
How many kills you got? I think I shot 2.
Achieved with CryEngine.
Now that you know how the game started, we are going to talk about how the game changed in the past 4 years. We are going to start from the first patch to the newest one. I'm going to go over every major patch or important patch for the game, and later I'm going to talk about the future of Hunt. Patch 0.5 wasn't really big, but it had a lot of fixes, added Asia region, 2 bosses per 1 map, which wasn't possible before, spawn point selection and the test servers were announced. Another thing that I want to mention is that at this time, there was no fall damage. Watermaster allowed you to take 2 large little weapons, so for example, you could take Automat and Crown King, and also a big game changing thing is that this patch, Tier 1 hunters had less health bars than Tier 2 and Tier 3. But that got changed in update 1.0. There is actually an amazing video about 1.0, so I'll just play that.
We spoke to David West, Senior System Designer, and Dennis Schwartz, Lead Designer, about the new content in Patch 1.
So the thing that is the most exciting for us is the sniper scopes. This is the big new feature we have. So we have 3 scopes total. It's like a short, a medium, and a long scope. In addition to that, we have 2 new grenades we're adding to the game. A flash bomb, which gives you a fighting chance of actually going through a door where you know there's a guy with a shotgun waiting on the other side. So you can kind of stun him as you rush in and try to take him out. As well as the poison bomb that creates like a bit of a cloud of poison, similar to when the spider attacks you. Okay. So you can. In addition, what we added was hunter variations. So basically, additional skin updates, model updates to the hunters. So as you recruit new hunters, you might see a couple of new faces like pop up here and there.
And we've also got some updates to the level coming out with this patch. We've tried to reorganize some of the compounds to make camping less of an issue. Try and give players a few more tactical options on how they can enter, how they can leave compounds, which we hope will improve the gameplay experience. We've also added a new player mechanic, which is full damage. This is something we've always wanted, it just unfortunately didn't quite make the first release of the game. So this greatly changes the way that you traverse the world. You have to be much more careful, actually use ladders and go down them, rather than just jumping off 2-story buildings. The other change we've done to player movement is that jumping now consumes stamina. Yeah. We have seen that the bunny hopping issue in the game right now. We want to remove that. This is our first change to work on that. We've seen that a dominant strategy has been sort of emerging, which is players taking the quartermaster trait with a rifle, generally a Mosin Nagant, and a shotgun. This isn't something we want. We want there to be much more of a variety of weapon choices throughout the game.
So a big change to inventory system is that where before we had like a large and a small slot, we now introduced a middle category, a medium slot. The quartermaster trait has also been changed quite a bit. So we no longer allow you to have 2 large weapons, but instead what it does, it automatically upgrades your small to a medium.
Next patch we got was patch 1.5. It wasn't a big patch, but it was important for the big stuff that's coming next.
Welcome back, guys. E3 on Twitch. I'm here with Ezekiel. We DJ Tech Live, and in between, introduce yourself.
I'm Chris Audi. I'm the level design director on Hunt.
And I'm Angela Castro. I'm the product manager.
Hunt Showdown.
I personally think that from update 2.0 to update 2.5, the game had its biggest changes ever. Among these updates, we got dark side boost, we got new dead screen, spectator mode, looting dead players, POC time of day, water level AI, Steam trading cards, badges, report system, trainee mode, and much more. I also wanna mention that they added ducks. Here is a funny video how they recorded the sound for the game.
So our team has been working hard, as I can see here.
See, they don't shy away from the problems that they face.
Exactly.
They
might be attacked by the ducks, or, I think these are geese.
Yeah, but they're putting their lives on the line.
Exactly.
For this game. Okay,
see them go double wielding those boots.
Yeah, I know.
The thing that no one really talks about, but I find it one of the most interesting things, is the solo event. Yes, there was a bounty on solo mode, with bosses dropping only 1 token. This was limited time event with actual leaderboards and rewards for the players. This event was mostly a test for Crytek, and it turned out pretty bad. The experience was bad, mainly because 10 solo players per match were of course playing super safe, super campy and slow. Nobody really enjoyed that, so after the solo event was over, it got reworked into quick play, that's coming at later date. Next update was 3.0. This update was huge content wise and balance wise. The biggest thing that was added was a new map, Lost in Delta. Lost in came with its unique time of day as well. But we can't forget about a very game changing thing, and that was AD spam nerf.
Okay, so this is going to be the new AD spam, fixture. That's not a word.
It's the same motion on both. You see what you can do on live at the moment is very erratic. What you can see with the changes is that it's more normalized. There's more inertia-based movement.
Exactly.
Makes it harder for you to just dodge bullets.
Also in this patch, it's been made possible that you can loot enemy hunter weapons.
Nice headshot. Obviously.
Almost quick scoping quality, right?
I know, right? Obviously, that guy happened to have on his, a nitro or an FMATs, right?
So weapons that you are taking out of a mission from another player.
Yeah.
Those are not sellable. We mark any weapons you bring out of a mission which were not the ones you brought into the mission as contraband. That means you can use them. They are exactly the same weapon otherwise, so you can play with them, but you cannot make a profit off these weapons.
Other than that, we got big changes to AI and weapons. Especially Hellhounds. Before, they used to do 70 damage per hit and had very weird movement. This patch, they made them more realistic and consistent, and that's how they work till this day. Other things that are worth mentioning is addition of free hunters, cache registers, crows can now spawn on fences, and more. Now we are moving on to update 4.0, which added quick play, challenges, and gunplay changes that I wanna talk about more later. Quick play and challenges are very similar that we are used to now. In quick play, you get 4 raves to activate the wellspring, and then be the last player to survive until the end. But the gunplay changes that I wanna talk about were game changing. Huge quality of life improvements that made a lot of animations faster.
So everything has been normalized. Again, the idea is that if you want to go from your weapon to a grenade to throw a grenade, the time it takes, no matter what grenade you have, is roughly the same. So you can kind of learn these timings, you can more reliably use them. So we kind of went back, cleaned up a lot of animations, shortened some of them which were a bit too fluffed out, and just made sure across the board it's more consistent and it feels much nicer. And I think now it happens. He fires the pistol, quickly switches before he cocks the weapon, goes to the pistol, goes back to the pistol and fires again. Now the reason for that is that because on drawing of the pistol, he already cocks the hammer, so he's already done this preparation.
So yes, these changes gave birth to Quickswap, which was byproduct of this change. But about controversies Quickswap later. We also got some economy changes and overall you received less money from ranking up. Oh, and also we got metal masks for Hellhounds. Patch 4.2 was very important because it was the biggest performance patch ever in Hunt. More about it in the Developer Insight video.
We spoke to Chris Orty, Level Design Director, and Sebastian Laurent, Technical Director, about Performance Update 4.2.
When we released 4.0, there was a number of things that had been changed in the game. There were a number of things in the background that had happened, and this caused some performance drops for a lot of people. The community were very vocal about it, as right they should have been, and this was one of the things that we wanted to make sure we fixed for the performance update, and not only fixed it and improved it, but added on top of it, made the stalls go down, lowered people's CPU usage and other things.
Everyone who I talked to at this time received FPS increase and less stuttering. So for this patch, I just wanna say
thank you.
Thank you.
At the end of the year 2018, for Christmas, we got nice decoration and Christmas looking AI. That's right. Patch 5.0 was a new AI type, Immolator. This fire guy is very aggressive AI type, and if you pierce his skin, he'll burst into flames. But that's not all, we also got a new pistol, Bonheim No. 3. But mainly what was important in this update was shotgun rebalance. This rebalance was overall buff and consistency for shotguns. And of course there is more stuff that I cannot mention because the video would be way too long. And here we're going into patch 6.0, which as you can see added new boss, the Assassin. He was somewhere between Spider and Butcher, having ability to climb walls while he's in a bug form, and then attack you from his normal form. That's not all, this patch also brought us new weapons like Lemat, Lebel, and a bomb lens. New tools like Alel Tripmine, Concertina Tripmine, and Ammo Box. New traits and changes to existing ones, as well as changes to AI. And then we got update 6.1, which wasn't big, but included FOV slider, which is very important. And of course, I can't forget to mention that Hunt is now on Xbox Game Preview.
You be my eyes, 'cause these devils among us are out for our souls. Get your gun, get your knife, lace your boots, we ain't fighting alone.
And date for Hunt Showdown full release was announced. Thank you for watching part 1 of this video. In part 2, we will talk about the biggest content patch and the release of the game 1.0, and of course updates beyond that. This video took a lot of effort, so I would appreciate if you like, comment and share with your friends. Also make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the second part.